Welcome in here, guys. Thursday night, Publicly Buzzed Live is about to come at you with this crazy new case everyone is talking about. We were talking about it a little bit last week, actually. I brought this up. The three men that were found dead in the backyard of this gentleman's yard, allegedly, possibly frozen to death. We're going to see what exactly happened. I'm going to look into it anyways. Please share this out on Twitter, on Facebook. Let people know that you're hanging out with Publicly Buzzed here tonight. Really appreciate it, guys. About to come at you.
Let's rock.
There's way too many questions still needing to be answered, and nobody can answer those questions in honesty except for Jordan.
Yeah.
The fifth person, he was there, but he wasn't there after a certain time frame.
Well, and didn't Jordan's attorney say, and correct me if I'm wrong, that he saw his four friends out at the end of the night?
Yes, that's what he originally said, and then he kind of backtracked on it after the fifth person came out, and that's just the stuff that's not adding up.
Yeah.
If you have to change your story, then how do we know at any time were you telling the truth? It doesn't make any sense.
Jonathan, so many people, when we read this story for the first time, we thought, who sleeps on a couch for 2 days? How did that happen? What do you think happened?
I mean, that part makes no sense to me, especially when it seems like you're a responsible individual, a responsible enough individual to gain a PhD in what seems like a very complicated science. If you're one of those type of people, in order to sleep all day on a Monday, which I assume was a work day, if you're working from home, I mean, I don't know how that is possible.
Yeah.
I definitely wouldn't be able to do that.
It's being reported.
And my job's not nearly as complicated.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in here. Publicly Buzzed Live coming at you. We are looking at an absolute crazy case that everyone is talking about right now. It's insane. Three men, again, I got Dan in the background getting to bring him out. One thing I want to make sure I've got going here. Let me get this happening. Hold on. This got refreshed real quick. Boom. This has had my attention all day long. Three men. We touched on it just a little bit last Thursday. Three men found frozen to death in the backyard of another individual after watching a Chiefs game. We've now learned that a fifth man has emerged in this story. The story has changed again. The individual that they found the three men at his house. His story has changed a second time. It's a really interesting case. The three men, I'm going to, hold on, got their pictures here. First, Ricky Johnson. We also got David Harrington. I've got these. Yeah, David Harrington. And then we have Clayton McGeeney. Boom. All three of these individuals, and we're still waiting for toxicology reports to come back as well. That's what's going to be extremely interesting to see. But yeah, I've got Dan in the back here. We're about to dive into this. I got a bunch of different links, guys, and what's up, dude?
Hey now.
What are you doing, man?
Chilling, hanging out.
You've been keeping up with this one? I've been sending you a few links.
Yeah. No, this is kind of insane. A big question I have right now is why in the world do they not have the toxicology report yet?
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks now.
It's it's almost been 20 days.
Even more than that, almost 3 weeks now. Shit.
Well, yeah, almost 3 weeks because we're at.
I think it was the 9th is when it happened.
Yeah, the 9th. That's when they were found. So
right. So 2 days before that. Right. Yep.
I'm
gonna get this chat in here.
It's interesting, because we're on. Well, 2 weeks. You was right. We're on 15 days, basically 16 days. So, but yeah, man, you'd think they would get that back much quicker, and they may have it back, and they just haven't reported on it. They haven't disclosed the information.
Yeah. Maybe they're freaked out because this shit is picking up virally. This thing is getting some legs on it, dude. That's all anyone is talking about right now.
It is a crazy story. Like the guy was saying, the clip you played there, it doesn't make a lot of sense. A man who of his, profession and he worked on in the HIV research or something like that. You told me earlier,
right? Yeah, he's a scientist. Works from home. Works for himself, from what I understand, and did research on HIV.
Yeah, you think that kind of correlate that with somebody who's got their shit together,
right?
Sleeping 2 days in a row. That's very interesting and strange.
Very odd. Now, what I'm about to show you right now, I just came
to some crazy drugs, maybe.
That's what a lot of people are talking about. A lot of people are throwing out fentanyl, possibly ODing out there. So here's something that I want to bring to attention. This was shared in the Discord. This was shared by Johnny Archer, who's awesome, who's always super active in there. I just posted it also on Twitter. This is the back of the house. Okay.
Yep.
All right. If you're freezing to death and conscious, if you're in any kind of actual situation where you're possibly going to die, these windows are gone, that door is going to be
kicking the shit out of all that.
But yeah, dude. I mean, that's a sliding glass door. There's no reason these people couldn't get inside there. So they weren't conscious. I'm sure we could find it.
I'd like to see Google, a Google Maps view. I want to see how close neighbors are.
Yeah. If anybody can find that or send that to me, that'd be awesome.
I'll see if I can find it real quick while you talk.
But this case is absolutely insane, guys. It's a wild one. Again, 3 men, again, hanging out. Well, they're all watching a Chiefs game. Now we've learned that a buddy, there's a 5th guy, they were watching this game at a friend's house. After the game, all 5 go back to Willis's house. Okay? So when this 5th individual, who I don't believe has been named publicly yet, leaves, okay, he says that everybody's fine and watching Jeopardy. And then, 2 days later, when the police show up, not even before that, one of the fiancés of one of these men breaks into the basement and finds a body on the porch, and then apparently was inside the house screaming and trying to alert this individual. Never seen him. Calls the police. They found 3 bodies. Well, first they knock on the door, and when the police knock on the door, this guy answers. Okay? When this guy answers, he answers in his boxers, and he's carrying a wine glass. No clue what's going on whatsoever. And again, 3 bodies. The buddies had known each other since high school. I believe they'd only known him for about 5 years, is what I'm kind of gathering from going over this story today. Let me see what I'm missing here. Yeah, outside with no jackets, no phone. Again, even if they walked outside just for a second, in that situation, and say they got locked outside, there's no way you're not going to be kicking those windows and that door in. No freaking way. Laura's showing off for 8 months here. Laura, hell yeah. Let me give you a little happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
All new people hanging out. Thank you all so much. Please share this out. Helps us out. Got a few different things I want to go over while Dan's looking for that also. First of all, I wanted to watch this. This has a couple of cool interviews. So the families are getting pissed right now, okay? They're leaving a lot of wild interviews out there saying, were these guys drugged? Yeah. What's going on exactly, right? I can't blame them. There's no kind of evidence of that whatsoever. The attorney of Willis is it's terrible. He's like a Dollar Tree attorney. But I'm going to show this real quick. I wanted to start off with this one right here. And I've got a couple of things. One interview with Chris Cuomo, Ricky Johnson's father, is an incredibly interesting interview, and he's the one that's really fiery and is throwing around some allegations.
So I sent you a link, not the address, but it's the street, and it's a very short street, and you can see all the houses on the street, and they're close neighbors, so we can show that.
Cool. I'll get that up while we play this.
center of a death investigation of 3 people. And tonight, we're hearing from the homeowner's attorney. We brought you this story 2 weeks ago. 3 men, Ricky Johnson and David Harrington, whose pictures are on your screen, and Clayton McGeaney, were found dead. One of the victim's fiancés found them after she broke into the basement of the home when no one responded. Investigators said there were no signs or clear signs of foul play at or around the scene. KSHP 41's Alyssa Jackson touched base with all of the victims' families after hearing the homeowner's account of what all led up to this.
Exactly 2 weeks ago, 3 men were found dead outside of a home in this neighborhood in the Northland. With still so many questions about the investigation, an attorney for the homeowner wants to set the record straight.
I wasn't aware of that they were missing until the police knocked on his door Tuesday night.
John Paserno, an attorney retained by the homeowner, says the guys were hanging out at the house after getting tickets to the Chiefs game.
He told them that he was going to crash, get some sleep on the couch. He said goodbye to the other 3. And it was his belief at the time that they left outside through the front door, and that's the last time that he saw them.
And I mean, Hospice Jess, Hot Spice Jess, it's crazy to think none of them had car keys to get in their car and leave. You know, just to that point, the cars were still in the driveway. And the families were trying to contact this individual, the person that was renting this home, for 2 days straight.
Yeah,
like
he's trying to say that he was asleep, so that he's trying to cover up the fact that this is why I didn't answer, this is why I didn't notice the cars were still there and all that, right?
Right.
He was asleep on the couch.
Asleep on the couch, yeah. And the story has changed because initially, I'm getting my note here. I just want to make sure I don't mess this up. Hold on.
Here comes the money.
Dara Johnson up in here. Oh shit, Dara, look, I got your fish right here. Boom, boom, boom. She said she's gonna be coming through here.
I don't have a place for it. I think I might put mine over this shoulder somewhere. I don't have a place for it.
Real quick, first telling police he had went up to bed upstairs with all 3 men still downstairs. That's initially what he told police. Then once this 5th person has come out, giving a little bit of a different, adding a little bit more to it, Willis has changed just a little bit and now saying that once the 5th person came, he's now changed his story to that once that person left, saying that they're all watching Jeopardy, that he's seen all 3 men leave. He's seen them out the door and then he crashed on the couch. That's even crazier to say because he's saying he's seen them leave. How did these people end up in your backyard, bro?
And they're saying now, I think you sent me a message saying their jackets were still there, right? They had belongings still in the house.
Yes,
yeah.
Yeah, that's been made a point by many people also as well. Like, how do you, if this, he's saying he's asleep, but you're going to wake up and be like, oh, whoa, his jacket's still here. It was really freaking cold that night. Like,
yeah, I mean,
come on.
Jackets are still there. Cars are still there. Like, I could see maybe like one day, oh, their cars are still here. Maybe they got a ride somewhere. Maybe they went to a party or something. They got picked up. That seems plausible, but for 2 whole days. And the phone calls and everything, you can't explain all that away by just I was asleep on the couch.
Dude, that's the worst excuse.
Does not add up.
And again, he's got a dollar store attorney. One clip that I'm going to play you is really, really interesting. And it's him just kind of having a word salad a little bit. I do want to give a little bit of love here real quick right here in the show. Dara Johnson, I ain't seen her in a minute. I'm glad she's coming through. A member for 8 months, though. Always showing love, always here, hanging out. I know she's had a lot going on. I'm going to give her some of this right here. Yeah, Dan, you got to get your Hicklefish on the screen, baby.
Yeah, I need to get it over my shoulder or something. It's just I sit against the wall, and the other wall, everything's so far behind me that nothing shows up well.
LJ's going to come through with 7 months. Wow. Holy shit, Jay.
Happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary, brother. Love you. Thank you, Jay, for coming in here also. And then Missy down here as well. 8 months coming through. Love you all, fam. Now hit that like for me, babes. Thank you so much also.
Happy anniversary.
Yeah, this is great. I do want to finish this out real quick.
Paserno said his client works from home and had no idea they were missing or that they were deceased on his porch and in his backyard.
This has hit him hard. If they were in distress, he certainly would have helped them.
What is your response to that?
So here are some interviews, okay? There's more to come, but it's cutting it off a little bit, but this is Ricky Johnson's daughter.
I think it's just all lies to cover up his tracks. That's what I believe. I mean, how do you not know that there's 3 bodies in the back porch and there's 2 cars in front of, your house? It makes no sense to me.
They all deserve to have this fully
checked out. Things are not adding up.
The mother of Ricky Johnson's child and the mother of David Harrington think there's a lot more to the story.
I don't believe anybody's innocent in this. My son was a grown man, and I love him dearly, and this is tearing me apart. I have to fight for him now.
Nothing makes sense. Nothing. I want justice. It's heartbreaking. You know, my daughter keeps saying, I miss my dad. And it's just, my daughter would never see her father again.
We now know there was a fifth person who left the home earlier that evening. The homeowner has since moved out, but did consent for police to search the home. This remains a death.
That is another level. Apparently, once he did answer that day, he did speak with the police without an attorney initially and let them search. Like he didn't fight it.
Yeah.
I mean,
investigation, not a.
So Dan pulling up, let me get this over here. Dan pulling up the street.
Well,
I got my
probably also like if the fentanyl story is what a lot of people are going with. If that's true,
that's the most logical.
They probably OD'd and he drug him. He took him outside or something, right? So
freaking out.
There's really no evidence. There shouldn't be hardly, except for the drugs, which he probably disposed of. But there wouldn't be any evidence for them to find. So he's probably like, oh yeah, go ahead and look, right?
Right.
It's not like he may not have, intentionally murdered these guys, right?
Right. He just had a freak out moment. Yeah. I'm going to cover my tracks anyways. So Dan, here we are on the street. Do you remember do you still have that up? The actual?
We don't have the address.
Oh shit. Okay.
Or at least what I looked up didn't have the address. But if you go to the top view.
Yeah. Let me go back.
Wait, we may be able to see it just from
we know
what we know what the house kind of looks like. But so you see Northwest Terrace. You see if you zoom in a little bit. So, or actually zoom back out. Sorry, zoom back out.
Mm-hmm.
You see south. If you go south just a little bit, it's 82nd at the curb, and then we turn into 83rd. So we go north. Go back up to 83rd.
Oh, you're going this way. Okay, yeah.
Yep. And then you turn right, and you get on. If you go right, just 83rd. Oh, so 83rd wraps around, and then keep wrapping around that road, and then it turns into Overland Drive. So 83rd is only this little piece that we're looking at right here.
Okay, so it's
and
on
there's
this
houses
road.
everywhere.
They all kind of look the same too,
but they're everywhere. So I mean, if these guys were back there and they were freezing to death, they were screaming for help. I mean,
yeah.
Somebody's
Good point.
Want to hear them.
Good fucking point, dude.
There's no chance.
Yeah, dude.
Look
there's
how
no
close
chance.
these houses are together.
Again, I can't take a look at that picture with the glass everywheres and it's not broken. Like, I don't know if that picture is recent, but that would be interesting.
Your first reaction is if you're locked out in the cold, you're going to be banging on it. Maybe not breaking it, but banging on it. And then if you're getting no answer, you're going to start yelling. You know what I mean? Like,
maybe it's this one they're blocking out here.
Someone is going to.
I think it is that one.
They're not going to expire out there. I mean, there's just no chance.
Maybe not.
It doesn't look.
No,
it had like a.
Actually,
it had like a tan brick kind of look to it, didn't it? Can you
get it back?
Do you still have the picture up?
Yeah, I'd have to. I have the back of the picture. I don't have the front in front of me.
But it should be the same brick, I would assume, at the front, the same style,
Oh yeah,
well, it's not brick.
It's actually not brick at all. It's like paneling. But that still gives us an idea of the layout of the area and the neighborhood that was in this type of neighborhood, which is even actually crazier to think about. This is happening in like a residential spot like this. This was the newest thing, actually.
Oh, well, there's the
710. Yeah, there's the.
Front.
There was brick in the front, right?
So
and up
brick
top,
in the front and paneling at top.
Is where the
garage is on the side. So you probably could find it if you walked around long enough.
Yeah, it might take a minute, but that's insanity. Now, so hold on, let me switch this back over because I want to show. Oh man, I do want to show this. I think I have to go and copy them. Hold on, I'll put them on the screen, but not this one. This is. I have two Facebook posts that are interesting. Here's the first one. Okay, here is the Facebook post from a friend. This was from January 10th. I was going to sleep on this and wait to post till tomorrow, but I can't. This man was inside his home alive while friends were dead in his yard for Lord knows how long. They were all hanging out since after the game Sunday. He knew people were looking for them. He read messages of people searching for him on Tuesday. My husband banged on his door for 20 minutes, dude. People were there. My friend banged on his door and then busted a window and yelled and announced her presence while she's inside and still nothing from him. Then cops come 10 minutes later and he comes out all nonchalant in his boxers with an empty wine glass in hand. Nothing is adding up.
Like right there. She busted the window out. She's yelling. The cops come and he wakes up and he comes
right. Yeah,
like, he knows he's fucked.
Yeah, that right there is so suspicious. So suspicious. I got one more. Hold on, let me pull it over too. I do want to show those. I got a second Facebook post from another friend. These were my friends. 3 men do not just go outside and freeze to death while the owner of the home, their friend, stays inside, and only when police show up, come outside in boxers like you've just been chilling for 2 days while your friends are dead outside. Make noise here, people. This story is not okay. We have been contacted for... He had been contacted for over 24 hours prior about where the friends were, and also their cars still parked at his house. And he didn't reply to anyone. That, another major red flag. Not trying to talk to anybody. And again, police show up and instantly, a broken window? Somebody broke into your home?
Yep.
Like, it makes no sense.
It's fairly clear that I'll say he's incredibly suspicious. Let's say that.
It is really, really sus. Even if he's trying to cover his tracks, stupidly, and it's
criminal
a fentanyl
charges
situation that happened by mistake. Hold on, I had a timestamp. What was that? 3:05. All right, yeah, let's watch this just for a second. So here is his attorney talking to Banfield on News Nation.
Out of his home. He stayed in the home the entire time from, the basic scenario is they had watched the Chiefs game in a couple of different places. They went back to his place, his home afterwards, to play some video games and hang out. And at some point during that process, he got tired and he fell asleep. Before he fell...
I hadn't seen this. Laura Werner is saying cars were parked nearby but not in the driveway. First time I'd seen that.
Okay.
And that's through media and everything. Where did you see that, Laura?
I thought they were at the house.
That's all I've seen through actual media. I've seen it's all breaking in real time also. And also real quick, to anybody that's on my Twitter feed, and everybody here is probably chill as fuck, but if they can't handle my stream of consciousness, you probably should unfollow, because my Twitter feed is a literal me going through cases and stories in real time and figuring it out. Okay. I get stuff wrong all the time because I'm literally working it out in real time, and you're seeing that. I'm not the news. So I give the news, but I'm also giving you a literal streamline of consciousness. And I don't think people can
post what you're thinking.
They can't handle it, dude. Like, I was going crazy on this case today, and people were like, "Oh my god!" I'm like, "What?
What do people like? Do they say like you need to get your facts straight first?"
Basically, is what was happening today. Like, and then what they were saying that on was even stupider, because I was like, it wasn't even bad. It was literally me just kind of giving my opinion and also what the hell's going on. And I don't know. It's interesting. I'm learning the more reach that you get, you're gonna get that, I guess. But
dude, even if you're saying things that are correct,
it's true.
You're gonna
facts. Truth, absolute truth.
Fell asleep. They were going to leave. He actually escorted them to the door, said their goodbyes, opened the door. He went back on the couch and he crashed. And then when he woke up, they were gone. And during the day and a half that occurred, 2 days, I guess, because the police came at around 10 o'clock on Tuesday to his house, he was doing the things that he normally does inside of his home, and that he was sleeping, he was eating, and he was working.
Can I back up? Yeah, can I back up for a moment there? Are you saying that your client, Jordan Willis, escorted the 3 victims to the door? He showed them to the door.
Oh, shit. Sorry,
did they walk out the door?
It's not that formal, Ashley. He didn't escort them. They're his friends. Okay. They've been together all day. They're leaving the house. They're guys. They shake hands. They hug. See you later, bro. Whatever they did. But he left them as they were leaving the home. It's not unusual for him and his friends to spend time in each other's homes. It's not unusual for them to hang out.
What door? Which door did they leave out?
Right? Yeah. And he's still going to be a weird way he's answering.
There, even.
I think she goes back on here.
So for whatever reason, they either came back in the home,
out
or
and
went
they
directly
break
to
into
the
his backyard and die.
Yeah, like
that part, no one knows the answer to. Jordan believes they came back in the house and hung out for a while and continued to play.
How? So he didn't lock his door if he believes that.
Video games, and at some point they went outside in the backyard.
But to be clear, they left. Those three men left the house. Jordan saw them leave the house.
He said goodbye to them. He laid down and he crashed, and they went out the front door. Yes.
They went out the front door. He witnessed them leaving the front door of his house.
Sure. Yeah. After he said goodbye to them, he was hanging out. He went back on the couch and he slept. So at some point, they decided either to come back inside the house and hang out for a while, or they went out on the backyard and hung out, which, due to the cold temp.
How? How would they get in the backyard and then not be able to get back out of the backyard?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
No sense.
Here is a good one. This is 10 minutes, and we're going to watch all this because this is really good. Like, I watched this earlier, and it went by in a flash because I was like, there's no way I'm going to watch all of this. But, you know, we can definitely still discuss, but this is good. This is from last night, I'm pretty sure. Let me make sure. 24th. This is Chris Cuomo. People know that I'm not a big fan of Chris Cuomo, but this is good. This is an interview with Ricky Johnson's dad.
Harrington, 37. Ricky Johnson, 38. Clayton McGeeney, 36. The father of one of the men who was found dead in the yard, Ricky Johnson Sr., okay, joins us now. I'm very sorry to meet you under these circumstances. I know speaking isn't the easiest thing for you to do, but everybody's going to understand what your message is on this story, Ricky. I promise you that. What do you believe happened to your son?
I believe that they were drugged in some kind of drug, and then they were drugged outside and left in the snow to die. And I don't know why. I don't know what went on, but I believe that because you can't have three grown men like that laying in the backyard, supposedly freezing to death. Well, they would have kicked the doors in and got in the house. So I really believe they were drugged and then laid back there, and he didn't call the police for 2 days.
Very weird thing to do. We'd have to understand motive, but the first question is, because it's just, you have to admit that's a very bizarre thing to do if you're trying to separate yourself from a criminal activity, putting them in your own yard. But
that's what makes the fentanyl thing make so much sense, is if they OD'd in his house, they're all doing some drugs, doing some coke, whatever. Maybe he hadn't done it yet. And hell, they OD right then and there, he's going to freak the fuck out. If I can get these bodies outside, I mean, that's his only real option, right? If he's going to go through that instead of calling the police and try to figure this out, drag them outside. I mean,
it does make. I mean, it makes no sense.
Makes the most logical sense of something that makes no sense so far.
Was your son someone who abused drugs? I'm sorry to ask the question. I know you just lost him, but it's something that we'd have to know.
I don't believe he abused drugs. I know he did some drugs. I don't know what time, but I don't believe he was abusing. He didn't have to go to rehab or anything like that. So, no.
I think I found the house.
I think they were partying and
send that to me.
Everybody did.
Oh, it's.
I understand.
It's blurred here too.
And
they blurred it.
No, I mean I can see it. So it's. I'll just send it to you.
Yeah, send it to me. I'll go ahead and pop it up.
Why do you believe that the friend
Actually,
Willis?
Can you pop up that small image again real quick? No, wait. Do you have an image of the front of the house?
I could find one.
Yeah, let that play and see if you can find one.
Yeah, let me get.
I want to.
Do you know him? Do you know this Jordan Willis?
I'll also be right back.
No.
Never met him. Never heard anything about him from Ricky.
No, nothing. The only thing I ever heard was Boyd said the guy wasn't quite right. He said mentally he was a little off.
I think you just said that your son had said that he wasn't quite right, that he was something off about him. You remembered Ricky saying that, but obviously...
Well, that's an interesting thing to say, right? Oh, shit. I'm playing this and no one can see it. I'm fucking sorry. That's an interesting thing to say. He just said that Ricky had said that this guy wasn't quite right in the head. That's a weird thing to say.
Still cool hanging out with him because that's where he was at the house that night.
Correct. Yes, all three of them went over there.
All right, and just one last question for you, and know that until this is solved, we'll stay on it. We're always a phone call away, okay? We're here as you get more information. What are the police telling you right now?
Police won't even talk to it. We called probably.
And they're saying the police won't call them back. This father right here. That's crazy. That's about to change, I guarantee it. And I think Chris says that in this interview, since this is getting so much media attention right now.
15 times.
I said that in a tweet also. I hope this happened in an area, in a town, in a place where the police actually decide to police. Because it seems like a lot of this country and a lot of areas, that's not happening.
They don't return a call.
I've been looking into literally anything.
He hasn't returned my call.
Really?
About Bernie. He's on it now. So it's I know what they.
My guess is, Ricky, you're going to get some attention when they know.
Got me. Okay, here we go. So yeah, I mean the fence is pretty high, but if you got 3 people there, at least one or two of you can definitely get out together.
There's a gate on that side. That's probably I guess maybe that's the neighbor's gate because it's attached to that house. I'm not sure, but
they're doing a terrible job of blocking, ain't they?
I mean, look how close.
I mean, bro, like
to other houses.
Like the fence almost looks like it even connects. Like it looks like they do connect.
They do. Yeah.
They all connect.
Yeah.
Wow. Needed a couple more blurs there, bud. Wow. That is interesting, though.
Yep.
Crazy.
So I would imagine they were parked probably maybe just on the street, or I mean his driveway could handle a couple of cars. I don't know.
His driveway is huge, actually. I mean, you could put like 5 or 6 cars in there. Probably more than that. Especially, I can't tell how wide if you could double park them. Might not be that wide, but
you probably could. I mean, if you really wanted to.
Yeah, I've seen some pretty tight park jobs for sure.
No, I mean, look, you've been talking to the media already, but we're going to start calling the police and try to find out. I mean, that's part of the job, is being in touch with the victims' families. A lot of this doesn't make sense. I'm not questioning your credibility. I'm saying the story doesn't make sense. So, Ricky Johnson, we're on it, and I'm very sorry for the loss to your family, and we're a phone call away.
Really, really appreciate all the help you can give us.
All right. Ricky Johnson, Sr., thank you very much. Again, condolences to your family. I told you, it doesn't make sense, this situation, right? And that's weird for the police. I mean, you call him 15 times. He's upset. His father, he just lost his son. Very unusual for a department to not be in touch. All right, now let's flip it to the other side. The lawyer for Jordan Willis, he's the guy who lives in the house who supposedly hosted this watch party. There have been some different stories, though. So let's bring in counsel, John Paserno. It's good to have you. Did I say your name right?
You did. Thank you, Chris, for having me.
Dollar store attorney, John Paserno.
All right. So, sir, you are already familiar with the suggestion from Mr. Johnson. Tell us, what does your client say happened that night?
Sure. There's been a lot of factual inaccuracies about what took place, and you led off one here with the show this evening. The guys were not watching the football game at Jordan's house. They were watching the football game at the 5th individual's house, who at the end of the evening ended up over at Jordan.
See, it's like the new info does keep trickling through almost right now by the hour, which is interesting. So, I mean, some more stuff could definitely change by tomorrow. Real quick, Charlotte Cross coming through right now. Welcome to being buzzed and confused. Hell yeah. Welcome in here, Charlotte. A little bit of love here real quick. Yeah. Welcome in here, guys. Get them beers out. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Jordan's house. So that's one of the reasons I wanted to come on, because I wanted to square some of these loose ends up that are floating around.
Good. That's why I want you here. So they watched the game somewhere else, then went to your client's
Jordan's
house. For what reason?
They went over there to hang out and socialize. These guys are pretty tight. 4 of the 5 of them that went over there, they went to high school together here locally in Kansas City. So they've known each other for 20 to 25 years. The 5th individual, he was an acquaintance of one of these guys, and Jordan had known him for 2 or 3 years. So they're hanging out over there. They're playing some kind of games. At some point, late. Jordan believes it was around midnight. The fifth individual decides that he's going to leave, and he does leave. That leaves the three young men who were deceased at my client's house. Jordan feels as though it was another hour or so, hour and a half, 2 hours. He doesn't know. He started to get tired, so we're talking now early morning hours of Monday morning. That he's kind of laying on the couch. He wants to go to sleep. They're making their way out the front door. They say their goodbyes, and that's the last time that Jordan sees them is when they leave and walk out the front door.
Does he say that they were doing drugs? Were they partying? It's not a judgment thing. It's just to understand the circumstances.
Understood, Chris. And at this time, until the police have concluded their investigation, that's an area I really don't want to comment on for a variety of reasons.
Right. Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, your client's going to have.
No, I think they even have clarified that they've went out the front.
Yeah, that one interview, the woman asked
Banfield,
the front door, and the lawyer clarified. Yeah,
and even in like that interview though, he's sort of like fumbly with his words a little bit.
I'm not sure the lawyer he's answering for his defendant, but he's not I'm not sure he truly knows these answers. He's just
exactly.
Saying yes.
He's kind of just saying them, and even you can feel that,
yeah.
Because when she kept trying to press him on, well, let's just clarify. It was almost just like nonchalantly. Well, I mean, he saw him out the door. They went out the door. They said goodbye. But then.
Yeah. Some trouble here for a while, at a minimum, while they're trying to figure out the cause of death. They found him in the backyard. The loved ones say they were trying to reach your client and they couldn't get him. Social media knocking on the door, that he was ducking them essentially.
Yeah, and that's not true at all. There were two calls that were placed, or messages, I guess.
See, now that's something I want to see. I want to see because all we've heard is that they were been trying to get reaching him endlessly, right? Calls, text, Facebooks, people showing up, pounding on the door for 20 minutes. The lawyer's saying he had 2 messages from Facebook, I believe,
that were sent to his phone, both on the Tuesday afternoon, late afternoon.
So that would have been 2 days later into Tuesday, right? So they didn't even this is what he's saying, that nobody was contacting him, at least through his phone on Monday.
One was from
That's gonna be
the
easy
fifth
to prove,
man that was
or
there.
disprove.
It was a couple hours before the police arrived at his house at approximately 9:50 p.m. And the other was.
And I cannot believe fiance, wives, they would be freaking the fuck out if he didn't show up that night.
Oh yeah.
There's no fucking way. They're like, well, it's Tuesday. Ricky's not home. Like, what?
From either the wife or the fiance of someone else.
Because that could happen, but it doesn't seem like that's the lifestyle these guys lived. We know a little bit now, right? They seem like completely normal dudes, work jobs.
Yeah.
That was a Facebook message. Neither of those messages did he receive prior to the police coming to his door and him speaking with police.
If he's tight with these guys, why wasn't he reaching out to them the next day like friends normally would?
Yeah, I don't know. They've been together all day Sunday. I don't know that you call your buddies up, on Monday after you've spent all day Sunday with him. He didn't. He had no knowledge that they were missing, and he didn't know anything until the police came to his house Tuesday evening.
The guy's a scientist, I understand. Is that right? He works at his house?
Yes, sir. He works from home. He's a scientist. He does HIV vaccine research.
That ain't good.
This is a very weird situation. Do you have any?
I said earlier he might have access to drugs, but if he works from home, maybe he doesn't have typical access to drugs.
Maybe, yeah, because that's what everything I've heard. He works from home, even self-employed, I've heard.
Interesting.
Suggestion as to how these 3 grown men, one of them supposedly without a coat, wound up outside, frozen in the yard?
Sure. One of the things I did want to get at here, Chris, if I could, is there's been some.
What's the theory, bud?
Some of the reporters that were involved, there's been some statements attributable to Jordan that he, in fact, said that they froze to death. That's not true. The reporters first contacted Jordan's sister and told her that there were 3 people that were dead. They somehow tracked her down to an association with this residence. When she found that out, she didn't know whether Jordan was one of the 3 men that had passed away. And she called him right away, obviously. He was distraught. He was shook up. He tells her, and I'm going to quote this, I don't want to misstate this. The police found 3 of my friends frozen in the backyard last night. That somehow down the road gets changed to these guys froze to death.
Right.
Those words never came out of his mouth. And I try to tell everybody this, Chris, you got to understand, these guys are tight. These guys are friends. They hang out. They watch the Chiefs game every week. Jordan had actually purchased tickets for the 5 of them to go to the next game the next week. He had absolutely no reason to harm these people. And I'd like to address, and obviously we feel very sorry, and he's lost 3 close friends. He's devastated. He feels very sorry for the families, as we all do. But there is no evidence to support these bodies being dragged anywhere in the backyard. When law enforcement
is there
came to
also
his
not
door-
an official cause of death released?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what we're still waiting on that, man. Like, really, it's all we're just waiting on some kind of official, real answers from anybody that's outside
So they
of
haven't
this
even
dude.
officially said that they froze to death. I mean, that
Right,
would be
yeah.
a call
That's
for
even
death.
at the beginning when I said allegedly on that part, because if they OD'd, and then ended up there,
yeah,
or died before, they could freeze to death.
and woke him
Yeah,
up.
we don't
He
know.
answered the door. He voluntarily spoke with them without an attorney. He answered all of their questions. He voluntarily consented to a search of their house. They searched the house. You know this, Chris. You were a prosecutor. If there had been any indication
I found that very
these bodies
interesting,
had been
too.
dragged anywhere, we would have heard about it, and the police would have not
That's
have been so
interesting.
quick to say there was no foul play involved and that this is not a homicide investigation. So that's
another good point, too. He bought the tickets for the next game just to have an alibi. Doesn't take an FBI agent to see through that.
simply didn't happen.
When did he buy those
And I
tickets
understand.
before that?
It said,
like-
well, I don't know when he bought them. Yeah, that's a good point. Did Chris Columbus say he bought them like that day? I don't know if he put an actual date on it, but it was for the next weekend. If he was thinking that far out ahead, again, I'm just thinking dark stuff. If we're talking about an actual murderer that wanted to do some dark shit to somebody, maybe that would be a potential alibi.
Yeah, but I'm not even I don't feel like this was murder, right?
Right.
I feel like this was
More of an accident.
accidental death,
Right.
But
Yeah, I don't feel like
obviously
that either necessarily.
He doesn't want to, this
100%. You know what I would hate, dude? I would hate to be in the position to where this thing is all of a sudden picking up into the news and it's going viral and it's just like, fuck, everybody's going to be talking about it. And then you got your attorney on every news station talking about it. Like, could you be like, bro, can you not talk to literally no one? Like,
Yeah,
at
seriously,
all?
it's
I don't want this spoken, period, to no one. I just want this to be handled legally. But you know what? Exactly what I just said. Suspicion would be all around that. He doesn't want to talk about it. He doesn't want to talk to anybody, right? Like, you really can't escape it.
Understand they're hurting and they want to lash out at people, but a good.
I think being quiet is a smart thing. I don't know if people.
No, I'm with you.
Yeah, I mean, but also I don't even know if people are going to question that really because, he's obviously a suspect. Like, well, anybody, maybe the general public would.
That's what I'm really talking about. You know how they are. You know how the public are. I mean, hell, me. Honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't.
I've went down that road myself.
I completely understand somebody not talking about something if they're clearly a suspect, and
me too, though.
Me
too.
But
I would
don't find it
prefer
suspicious.
that.
I'll say that. I don't find it suspicious if you're not talking.
Right.
Good close friend of your son's and loved one is not the person to lash out at.
I understand your perspective. Please extend the invitation with your assistance to your client. Nothing's as compelling as the person involved themselves, but I appreciate you correcting the record and putting out his position on these very troubling questions because this situation just doesn't make sense. Counsel,
No, and Chris, I would tell you that once the autopsy has been concluded, at that time, I think it would be an appropriate time for all of us to talk again.
I'm happy to have you on. It's an open invitation. I'm not here to jam up your client. I'm here to figure out what happened because the situation doesn't make sense. So thank you very much, counsel. I'm a phone call away. Appreciate you.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, that's what I want. I mean, once the details start actually coming out with any kind of toxicology reports that's going to be interesting to see, dude. Huh?
I said that's what we need.
That's what we need, baby. Kelly coming through here, going to throw out $10, the $10 holler. Woo, woo, woo. Let's go, baby. Kelly, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
And 5 memberships.
Damn. Hold on. Wow. Man, holy shit, Kelly. What the hell's going on here? Let's see who grabbed those things. Great Value Corn Dog. Great name. We were talking about that last time. Wanted a corn dog because we were talking about that name. Giovanni DiStefano, P. Fox, Elizabeth Whitney, and Fat Baby Toodles. Old school Fat Baby Toodles. Welcome back in here. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
I'm telling you like it is.
Telling it like it is, baby. Hey, Carrie, we love lurkers. We love lurkers. Candace, welcome in here. Everybody, welcome in. Coming in late. Thank you all very much. Share this out. Let people know that you're watching this with Publicly Buzzed. Hit that like. It really helps us out. YouTube enjoys that. They enjoy having the old like button tickled.
Corn dogs and mustard, Holly Berry. She knows how to eat a corn dog.
That's how you do it. I'm a mustard guy as well. I don't eat mustard on anything else, but I'll eat it on a corn dog. It's a must, an absolute must. And I must apologize that I missed. Maybe I didn't. Hold on, actually, I can go up and check it. Fan funding, bam. Yes, I did. Dara, boom. Dara, like Sarah, came through here and gifted out 5 memberships as well. I can't see who got those the way I'm looking at it currently. But to the 5 people, welcome the hell in here. And I know that I was going over the story when that happened, but Dara, boom. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Love it, love it, love it. Boom. And then Strick now going to come through showing off his 11 months. Wow, Strick.
Happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
It's hard to not get membered up in this channel.
That's true. And any new folks, make sure memberships are turned on because we have the nicest folks you're ever going to find in this community. Check out the Daily Mail article. Interesting. Which one? There's a lot out there. Send it to me on Twitter. Send it on Twitter. Send it on Twitter. Make sure you're following me on Twitter for real, guys. That's where I dive into everything, quite frankly. I'm gonna post that in here right now.
I'm seeing some old names in here. It's pretty sweet.
That's where you get the most updates from Publicly Buzzed. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of cool names in here also. A lot of old names. Let me see.
You guys are still tuning in when you can.
Absolutely, dude. Keeping that old school gang rocking and rolling, baby. Let me look in here real quick. I just want to see.
Because we still here, baby.
We still doing it, man. We still doing it. Actually, we're doing it more than ever. I want to see if there's any new updates on this article I had up here from 7 o'clock tonight. The parents of the 3 Kansas City Chiefs fans frozen deaths outside their home believe their son's death may be more malicious than officials. That's what is happening right now with the families, and I can't blame them for thinking this. I did like the way Chris Cuomo handled. And I like the father of Ricky Johnson. He's emotional, and I get that. But then he made a damn good point. If this man is, because he came out, I think they're poisoned. I think they're killed, dragged outside. If any of that and all of that is true, this guy's an idiot. To do all that in his own home and then on his backyard. Like the only thing that makes any kind of logical, and I know we're in the world of true crime. We deal with illogical stuff all the time. But any kind of actual logical thoughts got to go to the fentanyl drug overdose. And the way that fentanyl is rampant in this freaking country right now, people OD on that more than almost anything currently. I mean, that's a very real possibility, Dan. It's crazy.
I keep seeing Kalen express that he's a data scientist. So, I mean, so he probably didn't have access to the drugs, but that 5th friend, I saw a theory in chat earlier that I liked, that maybe that 5th friend supplied a little something.
Oh shit! I've not went down that road. The 5th friend and this guy are in cahoots. You're thinking, or just thinking out loud.
No, just maybe drug dealer.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Or the supplier went and got the drugs, brought them over.
Gotcha. That's could have been where they're hanging out at this guy's house, watching the football game, hanging out. We can go back to my house. We can play some video games, dude. You got that powder.
Got that hookup.
Yeah. You got that powder we were talking about, bro? Dude, of course, man. I got the best shit. I just saw a dude earlier. And then you never know what's inside of this shit, right? Nothing is pure anymore. I'd be scared to death to be a kid out here thinking you're going to, which I'd never done coke anyways. I think that's a terrible idea. Honestly, anything that you're sticking up your nose. But anybody that would ever, no judgment, would want to experiment with something like that in your younger days, it would be terrifying to do something like that today. I would never in a million years even consider it. Yeah, craziness, dude. I'm gonna keep on top of this shit though. Like, I can't wait for some more updates and real updates, dude. Like,
we got rated by Bob.
Oh shit! Hell yeah, let's go. Welcome in here, everybody. Fence Diary's hooking us up. That's what I'm talking about. Anybody that's seen the Murderous Church beanies that everybody's picking up right here, scan in your phone if you got the QR code scanner. Check that out right there. You can go and get yourself a Murder Church beanie. Lots of cool merch in there, guys. Everybody's been rocking that. I saw Shannon got hers today. It was freaking awesome.
Yeah, I saw that.
Put some links in here real quick. Friday, tomorrow night, guys. I think we're going to do another. I'm just loving the Feral Friday Twin Peaks parties. So I think we're going to go episode 5 tomorrow.
Get on Kick if you were not already.
And let me get that link in here also. Get on Kick. Please. Tomorrow night, we're going to be watching
movies and movies with us, Twin Peaks with us. The only place to do it is on the Kick machine.
Absolutely. Episode 5, Twin Peaks tomorrow night. You're not going to want to miss that, guys. Then I'm going to try to work out the next week. And I have to see where everybody's at. I haven't talked to literally anybody. So I'm just thinking out loud right now, but I know Bob is down. We're going to watch Made. So I want to get Bob, me, Dan, and Jay all on that one. Maybe Shannon on that one too. That'd be cool. I haven't had Shannon on here in a minute. That'd be cool to have all 5 of us on here and watching that movie. Sesh. That'd be really cool. Have a deep hangout sesh, baby. So I need to talk to everybody just to see when that plan is going to be going. But Feral Fridays on Kick have been fun as hell. Bob, thank you, sir. Appreciate it, brother. That's awesome as hell, man. Boom, boom. Portal action. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Hell yeah. Welcome in here, everybody. Please share this out if you're coming through. Really appreciate it, guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. This story that we've been covering here tonight, please go back and watch the replay. It's interesting. And again, we're going to figure out a little bit more once some actual reports come out, official toxicology reports, and we find out what the hell is going on here. Because right now it's weird. Yeah. Right now it's weird. Welcome to the party. Somebody's coming in.
Some real info.
Hit you with one of these.
Some real tangible information.
Put the Kick link in there. I want to shout out Missy Mayhem real quick. Missy Mayhem has started a Kick channel, guys. And it's awesome. She's done 2 streams now. And she's actually kicking ass pretty quick. She's up to 51 people. Go and follow this one, okay? She's coming through and giving y'all some really cool stuff. A little bit of something different, okay? A little bit in the way of Publicly Buzzed here, actually. You know, we're part of the whole hardcore part of the true crime community, but we're not exactly the same as everybody else. I'm sure you've already figured that out. So, yeah, go give her a follow, and you're going to thank me later, I believe. Has to be drugs or with Viv, absolutely. Hey, what's going on, Sharon? Everybody coming in here, appreciate that, man. Bob's the man, dude. Bob's killing it. Unbelievable. Dude, it makes no freaking sense, man. Like, it's just so confusing. Lots of misinformation also floating around. I found that out today. walking into that. Hell, misinformation coming from the actual attorney of the fucking guy that was living at the house. So it's coming from all sides, quite frankly, right now.
Well, the guy's story's changed.
And the guy's story, that's a fucking red flag, dude.
Yeah.
Bro, are you kidding me, man? Come on, dude. That's a fucking red flag and a half. You can't change your story. You can't go from, I went to bed upstairs, everybody was still hanging out, went out to, I seen them out the front door. No, I seen them out the front door. And then I passed out on the couch. I went and took a snoozle for 2 straight days, 48-hour snoozle. That's how hard they partied that night.
Absolutely ridiculous.
I'm going to give you guys one more awesome, amazing channel to follow real quick, guys. And that is Art with Viv, one of the kindest and best people that hangs out in the true crime community. She's also insanely talented. Please give her a follow as well. Always dropping really cool stuff. Yeah, everybody coming through here. Welcome, guys. Love it. Oh, dude, love you, brother. Thank you, man. Crazy. I'm looking through the comments here just for a second. Oh, yeah. Saw that. We were reporting on that yesterday. I think we were the first people to even talk about that one. It started breaking and going viral yesterday, but they did. I believe they said that they were, and today was the 25th, the day that was supposed to happen, and they ruled yesterday that it was going to go through. So I'm sure that Kenneth Smith did succumb to nitrous gas today. Just fucking crazy to say out loud, but when you really think about it, and Dan had the point last week, and the more you really think about it, and Missy's husband works with gases. She made a lot of good points to me personally. We were talking privately, and more than likely, you're going to be gone before you know it. With the gas once it actually gets into your lungs. So
yeah, I don't know if it went smooth. Everybody's okay except for him, I guess.
Dude, if something crazy would have happened like a gas leak, we would have heard about that for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
I'm sure it went very smoothly.
Oh, yep. MJ as of 8:30 p.m. Man, I think so, Adam. That's right. I was out there hustling that one. breaking these stories, baby. Breaking them. I'm putting in a lot of work here, baby. I think you guys can see that. Yeah, please, tomorrow night. I cannot say it enough. Kick. Get on there. You can get that in your app store. You can get that on your iPhone and on your Android. Type in Kick, just the word. You'll see a lot of green. Kick.com. I don't know if that's what it says in the app store, but Kick. Once you get that, type in Publicly Buzzed. We should pop right up on that site. It's not called subscribe. It's called follow. Subscriptions are basically memberships there, but just follow over there and you'll be ready to rock and roll for when we go live, which is basically every week now. Yeah, his name was Kenneth Eugene Smith. That's right. Yeah, Mr. Mayhem. That's right. Oh shit, another person coming through here. It's Miss Lisa becoming a Buzzed and Confused member. Holy shit. Wow. That's what I'm talking about.
You guys are cool.
Damn, we got a good one here tonight, folks. Appreciate that. Craziness. Hell, almost at 100 likes. Whoa, 98. 2 more likes, and we've almost hit 100 likes on this thing. Holy cow. What an insane stream.
Get us there.
Wow. Again, thanks, Bob Mata. And I'm sure every single person in here is following Bob. Bob is killing the game. Absolutely. On top of all these cases. If you're not following Bob on Twitter, another one. Actually, absolutely amazing. And I'm going to throw one more in there. And I'm sure most people are following this guy right here. He was in here just a little bit earlier. But my main man, Jay, from the Shaming of Jay channel. And I'm also going to plug, while I have everybody here, Shannon's channel also. I know she's going to have Chris Dewitt on Saturday night. She's going to have the Saturday Psych Session. They're calling it the Black Widows. And again, Chris Dewitt, if you haven't seen Chris Dewitt live, we've had him on here multiple times. He's amazing. His brain is extremely interesting.
Very intelligent, very good insight.
So intelligent, dude. Like, I told him on Twitter, I was like, I wish my brain worked half as well as yours does.
I saw that, yeah.
And there is Shannon's channel, Mindful Crime Couture, and she is killing it as well, guys. We got a whole crew rocking and rolling, killing it. And all the people that are here earlier, if you're coming through and you didn't know about my main man Bob, Defense Diaries, well, here's his channel. He's almost at 12K, 11.5. Dude, that's quick.
Bob.
Holy shit. Yeah, Bob killing it.
Bob and Jay have been killing it lately.
Dude.
Like, ridiculous.
And before we get out of here, one thing that I'm going to plug is this Sunday, I'm dropping the video 1 of the Idaho 4 series that I'm doing. Make sure that you're here. It's going to be a premiere 5 p.m. Eastern time. We're going to have Murder Church 9 a.m. normal time, and then that evening 5 p.m. Eastern. Make sure notification bell is turned on. And I would actually go in my phone and make sure that I get a notification maybe through a calendar app or something like that, so you know, or you will get notified when that happens. But yeah, man, insane. But what I'm going to be doing more than anything is keeping up with this one and giving updates as I see them come through. And I'd imagine tomorrow that's going to be happening, because all day today, that's all I've seen, dude.
I just want a report of some kind. Like, give us something.
I need something official. Because all I'm doing right now is just kind of talking out of my ass. That's what we're all kind of doing. We're looking to, a lot of the professionals, sadly.
Talking about how suspicious the whole thing is.
We are talking a lot about the suspicious stuff. That's true. That is a very good point.
I mean, it's incredibly suspicious, though. So what else? I mean, what else are you going to talk about?
Yeah, I don't know if I did. Maybe I didn't. I got it up here and didn't drop the link. Boom. There is Missy Mayhem's link. Boom. Thank you, Dizzy, for calling that out.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, make sure you're following Missy. For sure. She's going to be doing a lot of cool stuff. Rocking and rolling. Fit right in there, dude. As soon as she started, she was just rolling. I didn't even feel like she was nervous.
Oh, yeah.
Awesome.
Your Idaho video is coming out Sunday.
Sunday, 5 p.m., baby.
Fuck yeah.
What do I got here? I got a stinger. Boom. Idaho.
You guys are going to like it.
Lies Set the Stage. Idaho 4 Series, Episode 1. Okay. Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Please, 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 please. Hang and bang with us. I'm going to be in chat talking during that. Hopefully you will be hanging out with me as well. Excited about that, folks. Super excited about that.
I'll be there for that one for sure.
Yeah, dude. I think we're ready to rock and roll, though. Tomorrow night. Oh, yeah, Bob's in here now. Bob, in 2 weeks, what I'm trying to plan, I need to talk to Jay still. Maybe we can do Made in 2 weeks. Tomorrow night on Kick, I'm going to try to do episode 5 of Twin Peaks. But if you're down for, let me get a date here. What would that actually be? It would be February the 2nd. February the 2nd. If you're down, let's do a maid kick party with Jay and Shannon. I think that would be dope. That'd be cool as hell. We've never had that crew together, right?
Not everybody, right?
That'd be nuts.
That would be nuts. That would be insane.
That'd be nuts. That'd be crazier than hell. But yeah, hopefully Bob will be down for that. I know Bob's got a lot going on though.
Yep. Everybody's busy.
Dude. And just, I mean, Bob bringing that back up here, I'm winding this thing down, but that's one of those most sus things about it. Everyone's just reaching out. That's something that we need to prove, right? The attorney's saying that he only got 2 Facebook messages on Tuesday. Other people are saying that they were banging on the doors. They're saying that they sent endless messages, that they were calling endlessly.
Broke his window.
A woman broke in his house to figure this whole thing out, screaming from inside the house and nothing. Cops show up, knock, and immediately,
all of a sudden, he shows up
in his boxers with a wine glass. Oh, hello. What's going on, officer? I would like to, you know what? That body cam footage would be so freaking interesting. Like to see his just initial reaction, dude.
Oh, shit. Groundhog Day.
Dude.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, shit. Dude, that's one of my favorite movies ever. That would be killer, actually. That would be a good one. I'm totally down for
February
that, Bob.
2nd?
Pivot! I think Bob killed it. Yeah,
it is. Yeah, February 2nd.
I have watched Groundhog Day so many times. Again, everybody knows me here knows I love some Bill Murray. Yeah, I like that idea. No fucking chance. I said that earlier. Yeah, dude, there's no way wives and fiancés are gonna
February 2nd. I didn't realize
are gonna be letting 2 days pass by before they're doing shit. No way. That night, if they're not in the bed beside them, come on. That next morning, Monday morning, shit's gonna be going. No. I want to see their logs. I want to see all of this. Like, there's just nothing adding up currently. There's no freaking way. No freaking way.
I mean, the thing is, if they were drugged or if they died because of drugs, overdosed, they were drug out to we're gonna know. It's gonna be obvious. It's gonna be, you know what I mean? Like, they're gonna know immediately. Toxicology reports, autopsy report. You know, looking through phone calls and things like that, text messages, they're gonna know immediately. Like, it's not gonna be a mystery.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because that's all we have right now is a mystery. That's why I put that on the thumbnail. That's literally all we have right now. We're all just sort of throwing around our ideas, seeing what's happening. So I can't wait. I cannot wait. This one's going to be interesting to see a little bit of news and a little bit of info from. But yeah, please, again, make sure you're following everywheres. For sure.
Again, I can't believe they don't have a toxic.
Oh, is that Jay and Shannon's anniversary also?
Really? Wow.
That'd be
wild.
wild.
He may not be able to do
that
it.
Might not work. I bet they're going to be doing some personal loving time together. They're going to be having a dinner date. They're going to be hanging and banging.
Don't talk about mom and dad like that.
Oh, Lord. And, dude, I think that is probably the most logical answer, dude. Fentanyl is running rampant through God knows what in the United States currently. And if these dudes were
probably some blow.
Got some cocaine, laced with some fentanyl, bad batch of blow. Yeah, dude. That seems to be what is going on, quite frankly. Honestly. It really does. Yeah, well, I'm going to get with Jay. If that doesn't work out, I still want to watch Groundhog Day, though. That'd be dope. We got so many movies we need to watch. Maid, Groundhog Day, and I'm sure there's some other ones that we were planning on, too.
Kick is our oyster. We could do whatever we want there.
Kick's fun, guys. We're going to have to get, I haven't seen him on there yet, but I'm sure soon get Bob over there. What is Bob going to play on Kick for the first time? If he had, like, full range. What would you go with it, Bob? Like, out the gate. Hanging and begging, baby. But no, I absolutely love Kick, guys. Looking through the chat here just real quick, making sure I'm not.
Yeah, he also moved out. I don't know if that was mentioned today.
Yeah.
So, he moved out.
Yeah. Moved out. And, I mean, I have one. So he was renting. I did learn that today. And I think the homeowner is already selling the home or sold it. So he wants away from it also instantly, which I do get that. The media is going nuts. You don't want to be attached to that.
As the owner, yes. Right?
That makes sense, right?
Because, I mean, especially if this thing goes viral.
Which it is.
The house is going to lose value now. I mean.
Yeah. That totally makes sense. He's like, I've got to get out of this right now. Yeah. Right now.
Before everybody fucking and their mother knows about it.
Oh, dude, Goodfellas would be great. Yeah, that's what Bob would play. That'd be a good one for you, Bob, for sure. I love Goodfellas. This is nuts. Did the fiance climb back out the window she broke in? Because the cops had to knock in the front door again.
Knock in? Like they had to break the in?
You haven't heard anything like that. I've heard he's answered the door, right? That might be a little bit of confusion there, but did
she go in the house?
Right. She broke in the basement to get to the backyard, but did she end up inside the home also at one point? Because, I mean, I've heard it said basically, I mean, she's in the basement, she's inside the home, but did she get inside the actual house,
right,
out of the basement to scream at this guy?
Yeah, because my basement at my old house locked from the inside of the house part. You know, like if you were to break into my basement, you couldn't get into my main house unless you broke that door as well, you know.
Yeah, it was a fiance Gambies that found them in. Yeah, dude, I can't.
She broke into the basement. I didn't know that part. She broke into the basement to get to the backyard.
Yeah, broke a window, broke into the basement. That's how I'm collecting it. That's how the knowledge it's coming down the pike today.
That tall. Why didn't she just climb the fence?
Yeah. I'm not sure, honestly.
That would have been easier than breaking into the basement.
Maybe she's super short. Maybe she could get over it.
Maybe.
I gotta get a chair. I'll bring something back, right? But hell, she's there. She's like, screw it. I'm going in this house.
I mean, it's a fairly tall fence, but
yeah. So once that is kind of a good question. Would she get inside? Everything happened, then she came back out through the window to wait on the police, or did she say, "I'm in the basement. Just fucking let me"?
Right. Yeah, need more to that part of the story as well.
Need more to a lot of these parts of the stories.
Need details.
Jeez.
Who's asking questions that are interviewing these people? Well, are they being interviewed, or are they just how are these stories even getting out?
Yeah.
Are they just interviews by like local places?
Yeah, it seems like mostly news stories, interviews with,
and Facebook posts, I guess.
Yeah, Facebook posts.
Yeah,
I'm sure they've actually talked to maybe the fiance. It's a little bit sporadic. I will totally 100% admit that. Like the news right now is not totally synced up.
Yeah, I really feel like you could just get through that gate pretty easy, or just like pull your car up to the gate and fucking hop over that bitch. If you really wanted to get back there, you know.
I can't, again, I want to show it one more time. I cannot get over the back of this house, which again, you know, you have to think that they were already unconscious, because if these men were awake and alive, no fucking way, they're not destroying these windows.
Like the windows are tall. I mean, everything's ground level.
It's so easy.
You could kick the shit out of those windows.
Is there a dog door on that one? There's a doggy door. Like,
yeah.
One of the dudes, the McGinley dude, was pretty small. The other dudes were pretty fucking burly.
Yeah.
I don't know, dude. All I know is that would all be destroyed. Like, at least one of them.
Here's the thing. Like I said earlier, like if I'm in the situation where I'm stuck in my friend's backyard, this specific backyard with all these people around, all these neighbors, the windows and everything, and he's not answering me, my knocks or whatever, he just won't come get me, and I'm starting to get real fucking cold. I'm gonna fucking start hollering. Hello, you know, somebody, hello. And these houses are so close to each other. Somebody's gonna hear.
Yeah, dude.
I'm not gonna smash his fucking window out immediately.
Not immediately, no.
But I mean, if a fucking hour goes by and nobody's hearing me, then yeah, I might start kicking a fucking window in.
Yeah, dude. It would be pretty quick, I would imagine, like to being like, well, this is getting serious.
Yeah.
Because they didn't, again, no jackets. They're out in freezing temps. Like, it's not like they have any kind of protection.
And I heard in one of the interviews earlier, it was one jacket left behind. So maybe the other two had jackets on. I don't know.
Okay, interesting. That's still not completely clear either. That is a good point. More details. This thing's getting a little bit out of control. The early vibe that I'm getting from it from online is honestly a little bit of Idaho 4 vibes. People are going wild with it already. So we're going to see where it ends up. Aliens. Joni B nailed it. We're out of here. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll see you next week.
But seriously,
100% Viv. That's what I believe. Already out cold. No conscious person is just hanging out.
Yep. Most logical explanation for sure.
Hey, well, that's a good point too. A little extra hot, right?
I mean, even booze, man. It takes me a whole lot longer to get cold if I've been drinking all night.
That's a good point too.
And it was 29 degrees. That's another thing. It wasn't that fucking like it was cold. It was below freezing. But dude, I've been out in 29-degree weather for a long time and been fine. Like, not even like people watch football games in 29-degree weather. Like, it's not that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, it would have taken
We're
a
talking
minute.
about 5 hours in 29-degree weather, and everybody's fine.
Yeah, it's a crazy, dude. I just, again, we need some fucking, Donnie's on it too. Aliens. I just want some more info. Aliens did it. That's where I'm at.
Unless I'm wrong. I swear to God, last time we talked about this, they said it was 29 degrees.
If they
saw somebody say 0, and I don't think it was 0.
If they died inside and he moved 3 grown men out to the yard, there would be hella drag marks, right? I would think so.
Yep.
It wasn't normal hypothermia. Most of the time people undress during a certain... That's true too. Your mind starts playing tricks on you, and you actually will start getting naked while freezing to death. That's very true. That's one of the things they're talking about in the new season of True Detective.
I swear to God, Holly Berry, last time we talked about it, they said it was only 29 degrees.
Holly Berry coming at you. I don't know that. I
remember. We talked about it last week.
I remember talking about it, but I don't remember.
You would freeze, and I was saying I don't think you would freeze overnight at 29.
Well, I remember that conversation, but I don't remember if like we had like a point that we like.
I remember 29 degrees specifically.
Well, I think my question is, I think that we got to that point from talking about like the freezing point, didn't we? Like 32.
No, 32 is the freezing point. That's
but we got to that.
The article that we were looking at specifically said 29 degrees.
Gotcha. Yeah, I don't remember that at all. But I do remember that conversation. Yeah, well, we should be able to Google
30s
that.
on the 7th and 8th. Yeah, it was not below 10. Sorry, Holly.
Maybe 10 Celsius.
Yeah, maybe 10 Celsius, not Fahrenheit. It was in the 30s. Well, that's not even. It can't be 10 Celsius either. At 0 Celsius is 32 degrees Fahrenheit. So 10 Celsius is actually fairly warm.
No, yeah. I think that they were already gone, honestly. Like,
yeah, they didn't freeze to death. There's no fucking,
like, I don't
especially
think
dude, if 3 people are actually freezing to death, they're going to cuddle up. Like,
they probably would figure something out. Yeah,
it's no fucking way these 3 men
yeah,
froze.
There's something else, dude. The fentanyl thing makes the most freaking sense, man. It really does. We go, Megan. I think they were heavily under the influence knowingly or unknowingly, and that's why they never left and ended up freezing. Just my opinion. Thanks for coming through here, Megan. We love opinions.
Yeah, I wasn't buying it last week, and I'm still not buying it. They didn't freeze. There's no chance in hell they froze.
Yeah,
it's too warm. It was just too warm for them to freeze.
So what I'm going to be covering here soon, dude. Did you see any of this shit today? This is a completely left turn, but have you seen any of this shit that's coming out with Vince McMahon and Brock Lesnar today?
What now?
You seen that shit that's coming out with Vince McMahon and Brock Lesnar today?
So,
like, you know how all the shit was happening with Vince McMahon and the lawsuits with the sexual shit, the allegations, and he actually ended up stepping down because of that and a couple of years ago. Well, the affidavits from that with the lady that was making the complaint have, like, dropped online, and, man, they're fucking insane. Like, so there's, like, I guess there was this lady that worked for WWE, I guess. There was tons of different ones, you know, I guess, that he would hire them basically and have sex with them, whatever was happening. Well, this one particular lady, I guess he was trying to re-sign Brock Lesnar at the time, and got the lady to send Brock sexually explicit photos, Brock specifically asked for videos of her urinating. Some really crazy, gross stuff. Literally, even one part of Vince McMahon defecating on this lady's head is in here. It's fucking madness.
Holy shit.
There's actually a screenshot of a text message between Brock and Vince in it that is like, Vince is basically saying like, oh, apparently once Brock re-signs, he gets to fuck this lady as part of the deal. And then they're talking about that in these texts, and basically Brock's like, well, that's up to you, you know, because after I get done with her, you know, she's not going to want you. Like, I'm basically going to ruin her, is what he's saying in these texts. Like, it's pretty fucking crazy, honestly. Christ. Yeah, all that's coming out today and kind of breaking.
Wait, does he not work there anymore?
He does. It's coming out today that they've stopped story development as of today, though.
Gotcha.
He does, but he does what he wants still. You know, he doesn't really.
I mean, he doesn't. Yeah, he shouldn't care. He doesn't.
He doesn't need it anybody. That's true. But it's pretty crazy.
He could literally do, like, even if he just completely, like, it's probably where the most money he's going to make is, right? Well, I don't know, dude. I mean, he could go to AEW and probably make an insane check for, like, 3 months of work or something crazy just because of how huge he is.
Yeah,
I mean, he could go back to UFC for, like, just one fight and make $1 million. I mean,
yeah, right now it's just really the, I'm sure eventually this will die down and he'll be back or whatever. It's just the craziness of all of it. But yeah, I mean, it reads horrible though, honestly. It's pretty wild. Thanks everyone for hanging and banging here today. Holy shit. What a night. Look through the chat here just real quick. Make sure we're not missing anything. All right, at the end here.
Yeah, so
it's the truth.
Yeah, Holly was thinking this last week, which was crazy cold. I mean, it was even crazy cold here.
Oh, dude, last week was brutal here.
But yeah, the week of the 7th, it was like in the 30s.
Yeah. People are randomly, I see a few people were talking about, I was talking about a thing that happened coming out with the Vince McMahon and Brock Lesnar today. I was just kind of going way off subject from what we were talking about. Sorry about that.
He's a fucking billionaire, dude. He's probably involved in some wild shit.
Absolutely.
They all seem to be, honest.
Bob, love you, dude. Thanks again, brother. Sending people in here tonight. Love that. Again, last plugs. Tomorrow night, Kick, Twin Peaks, episode 5, come through. You can go on our Kick channel, and in the video section, you can actually watch past episodes if you want to get caught up. People have been really enjoying Twin Peaks, which we're really enjoying. So that's fun. And we get a little, Feral Friday is on Kick especially is extra loose. We're just hanging out, nothing serious is going on. Just kind of having a good time. We've had a long week. Everybody come, unwind. And then, of course, Sunday morning, 9 a.m., Murder Church, baby. Coming back through. I think it's going to be week 9 of the Dr. Kevorkian trial that we're watching. And, yeah, we're just going to keep doing the damn thing. Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. One more last plug of it. Idaho, baby. Lies set the stage. Idaho 4, Series 1, Episode 1. This series, Episode 1, excuse me. Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern time. Premiere. So it's going to drop just like as if it is alive. I'll be in the chat hanging out, talking with you guys. So, yeah.
Yep.
I think we're good. Love you guys. Thank you. Tomorrow night, Kick.
Well, good night.
Let's go. Let's get through Friday, baby.
This